Now, Suzanne. I wanted to hold in hands. And all those radio bands. Right, I want to keep up the tradition of opening this with a song because, I don't know, it makes me feel uncomfortable, so I feel like it's a good idea to do it. Also, you're meant to begin English lessons with songs sometimes, depending. So I feel like it's good to sort of echo that in my vlogs. We don't chalk anymore. We don't chalk anymore. We don't chalk anymore. We've got whiteboards and we look down on you. They said, oh, 8-year-olds scared the living shit out of me. They probably shouldn't, but there's like 60 of them. Yeah. I know this isn't even like the video where I'm going to talk about school either. So yeah, hi, Jack Nutchins, Jackie Detritus, Jack Nutgins at .wordpress.com. Literary genius extraordinaire. Just check out my fiction. It's more interesting than my blog. Well, it's probably not as good as my blogs, but like it's the thing that I want you to check out. It's the thing I care about. So yeah, like my blog about Sweden trip is really good. My blog about Krav Maga is quite good. My blog about Rocking Park is quite good. My story Green Skies is really good. My story The Nipple Factory is very good. My story The Letters seems a bit immature to me in hindsight, but like what can you do? That as a writer, you're always going to think that. So yeah, there you go. It was the first thing I ever got published, so I'm still proud of it. Proud of it, but we'll like with a footnote. So what I'm teaching English in Hanoi, Vietnam. Began sort of arrived in August, started teaching in September. It's now the beginning of October. Suzanne by Creeper came out yesterday. So I think by singing it also is a nice way to sort of reflect the exact time at which you're doing these things. That We Don't Talk Anymore song has been out a lot longer, but it's like it's everywhere. They love it here in Vietnam. Chúng tôi không phải nói mas or something, I don't know. That was just We Don't Talk. We don't speak Vietnamese. Chúng tôi không phải nói tiếng Việt. That would be like a far more appropriate song for my circle of friends. Or on last weekend it would have been không phải tiếng Nga. We don't speak Russian, because I had like a taxi driver trying to talk to me in Russian, me and someone else, and he just seemed to sort of either keep like forgetting that we didn't speak it, or just thinking that we might have learnt it in the last 5 minutes, because he'd sort of go quiet for a bit, then he'd just start talking to us again, and then we were like, no, sorry, we don't understand. He was like, Ruski, and then he'd just laugh at us. I get laughed at by taxi drivers quite a lot, but I kind of think that that's just what happens when you don't speak the language. It's quite nice when no one really expects you to, though, because like in Germany, I lived in Germany for 16 months, and like I was always frustrated by the fact that I was very good at German, but like just not quite fluent, and like I felt very self-conscious about that. Whereas here it's just like you say a tiny amount of Vietnamese, and people are like, "Oh wow, that was amazing! How did you do that?" I've just about got to the point where the Vietnamese words I say are recognisable to Vietnamese people, as long as they know me a bit, which really isn't good enough, I guess. But it's better than some. Yeah, so today I'm just going to talk about, I was talking about like my blogs and stuff. jacknutchins.wordpress.com. My last name's spelled Nuttgens. Don't follow me on Twitter, I've never used it. You can follow me on Twitter. So there's this is like the third video about Vietnam I've done. I've also done 2 in German. And I have also recently put up a poem on YouTube, which was very controversial. I said some things I shouldn't have said. It was fun. It was just me like talking about the kind of cliches you encounter as a writer, which I think is reasonable. Like basically, I arrived in Hanoi like almost 6 weeks ago now, which is mental. You see, it feels both longer and shorter at the same time. certainly I think I've done a lot more in the last kind of 6 weeks and experienced a lot more than I usually do in kind of half a year, which I guess is normal if you're moving to another country and stuff. And yeah, I'm enjoying it, but Hanoi is a concrete jungle with only a few sort of parks and things, which tend to be a kind of £3, 25-minute taxi ride away. So it was really, 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 really nice to go to a national park for the weekend. I come from Sheffield, live right on the edge of the Peak District. Well, not right on the edge of the Peak District, but it's a 10 or 15-minute drive, and you can walk or cycle it. So it's nice to see some greenery and breathe some air that doesn't make you cough, because Hanoi is an exciting city that's quite polluted. And like water buffalo wandering around and stuff. So yeah, Ninh Binh is a national park. It's southwest of Hanoi. It's still, I guess, in probably northern rather than central Vietnam. It was a sort of 2.5-hour bus journey, which was interesting because we were on a 22-seater bus, but they got almost 40 people on. And the bus would just slow a tiny bit, and then people would almost kind of spring on from the roadside. And like, I don't even know if they knew the bus was coming past or if they knew the driver or something. It seemed to me like I would go to the bus station, which is what we did, and get on it there. But they didn't. They just got on at the roadside, and that seemed to work just fine. They sort of put these funny kind of had these like little rectangular solid things with a bit of leather over the top, and they put that on the edge of my seat and the edge of the seat of the person sitting across the aisle from me, and then someone sat on it. So it was kind of really difficult to get up, but fortunately it wasn't that long a bus ride, so it was kind of alright. And then we just saw like the Karst Mountains kind of appearing in the distance, like just sort of outlines of them, like some kind of painting, and it was really nice. Yeah, so the actual sort of weekend's activities were going to Chang'an, which are these caves, but that makes it sound like you walk into them, but actually they're extremely sort of low. There's not a lot in them, but so you kind of go out in a kind of bay on a boat, and then you have to sort of duck your head and go into the caves, which are very sort of slightly lit, in the sense of there being light there, not in trying to sound modern. Well, I'm the generation that should be saying things like lit. Yeah, caves, and we kind of went through those, and saw a lot of little grebes, which was cool, because I like birds of all kinds and animals. And every now and then we come to a temple, and so we get out and sort of walk around the temple a little bit, and it was just really nice. Like, we had oars on our boat, but we didn't really have to row because the person who knew where we were going was doing that. It did get a bit Charlie in the Chocolate Factory when we're going through the caves, because it was like, I want to get up to adjust my position, but if I do that, then I might bang my head. Which was, I'm not in the boat now, I can see that. It was very fun. It was the first sort of hour or so I was like, on a boat trip, I've done this quite a lot on holiday. But then, like, after a while, it just was so serene and peaceful. I mean, like, 2 of the people I was with said it was the most beautiful place they'd ever been, which I'm not sure I would quite say, but it was pretty stunning. Again, I'm not really kind of explaining what... It was literally, we just went in a boat for 3 hours and occasionally got out and sort of saw some caves, but it was much better than that. It's a very beautiful landscape. Google Chang'an, which is spelled Trang-an. And then on the second day, we walked up a mountain called Han Mua, where, again, there are more caves. We briefly went into one of them. It's got something called the Pearl Lake, which is this extremely clear pool. There were some other caves we didn't go into. We just walked up some very steep steps, and there's this pagoda at the top with a big sort of model of a dragon on a rock. And that was... I must be getting very good at Vietnamese, because someone said something like, well, it doesn't take long to get up the Dragon Mountain. And I'm not even going to explain that. Yeah, and I saw a pun in that. Yeah, so... yeah, that was called Hang Mua, MUA, which was great as well. Again, it kind of can't really explain what it was. It just walked up a very sort of pretty views over the river and sort of over the green countryside, and this was all the kind of the steps carved into the rock, and it looked very dramatic, and like pictures of like big sort of sculptures of birds and things on the side, which is always comes back to birds. Yeah, Hanoi. If you're in Vietnam, like, the thing is, it's the only place I've been to outside Hanoi, so maybe there are loads of places that are even more exciting. But having only been to this place, I would highly recommend it if you come to Vietnam. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And we kind of cycled there. We kind of took some wrong directions a couple of times, which was fine because it led to me seeing a kingfisher. Ninh Binh town itself, not so exciting, kind of use it as a place to get to these places. Yeah, they've got quite a big sort of backpacker scene. Like it backs on the hostel we stayed into, backs onto a disused railway, so they put up this random platform 9 3/4 sign, which is just a bit odd. Yeah. Oh, I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you about, but it's not in my notes. So just to let you know, I've done this like the 4th take, so I'm struggling to remember what I said and didn't say in this one. Just again tell you around the upcoming plans. I wrote a story quite recently called "The Tribe That Van Left." Gave the character a Vietnamese name, sort of without realising it. Yeah, so I'm gonna when one of those fantasy magazines that I've picked out opens for submissions again, I'm gonna submit that. Hopefully, it's gonna get published. I'm gonna do an open mic night soon. You're probably not gonna come to Hanoi just for that. And this is the thing, we were discussing this, like how to, if I go on after someone who's been like singing and playing the guitar, how I get people in a mood to hear a story after that. And the best thing I can think of, considering I can't really do head, shoulders, knees and toes as a warmer in a room full of adults, is just to literally do like improvise a nonsense poem and kind of admit that that's what I'm doing. Just be like, yellow, thunder, shit, anger, claws, raven, no, yes, furthermore, nevertheless, no, stop, yes, peace, or something like that. But again, it kind of seems a bit disrespectful, really, when people are actually going to have to watch that. Just as a transition, you should also watch This Writer Life, my poem. And there was a bit that I didn't want to, that I'm just going to finish with, that I forgot to put in, which was along the lines of, what do you know about reading A Brief History of 7 Killings and then telling someone that you've read it, and they say, oh really, do you like, okay, do you understand all of the patois? And you say, well, yeah, because you know when you talk to someone and they don't have the same accent as you, but you can still understand them. It was like that. Yeah, just go watch the poem. Yeah, go watch my other vlogs, go read my vlogs, go read my stories. They're all well good. Especially the ones that are in German. Especially if you don't understand German, I'm extremely articulate. And self-deprecating. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this and found out, I think you feel like you sort of found out a lot about me and not very much about Vietnam. But it's all good. It's all, if it makes you think the blog might be interesting, then it's kind of worked. So yeah, yes. Hey, see you next time. I hope that you will watch another video of this willingly. We've gone on for 14 minutes. Okay, so tạm biệt và hẹn gặp lại. Oh, and #we are all Mike Ball. Go and research that.